Alright, we back, yo. We gonna do dance party again, huh? Let's see who's here. Oh shit, dance party? Bubbles? Let's see what I like here. What up, Karmic Oak Run? My last one just kind of got shut down. My internet connection went. Oh, that's fun. Make it black and white. So now you can all think we did this in 1960. I'll wait for a couple people to show up here. I know. Ancient of days. Very ancient. You don't even know what time or place I'm in. You don't even know where I'm at. What century am I in? What dimension am I on? Oh, speaking of dimension. No, I'm gonna do. Can y'all see that even? No. There we go. Got this cool oil diffuser. So I think I'm gonna put some new flavor in it. Let's see a new color. What color we like here? Alright, it's about black and white to you. You're gonna go with the multicolor. Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. I'm back in 1 second. We're gonna see what flavors we're gonna put in here. Whoa! Dropping things here. A little bit of pink grapefruit and peppermint. Ah, yes. Look at that. Ain't that fresh? All right. So what's up, y'all? Who came back? Sorry about that last one. My internet went out. I made the mistake of not turning on my internet here, and so I wasted all my gigabytes, gigabytes. I don't like this black and white right now. Sepia. Ooh. Oh. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, love. I have like whatever amount of gigabytes on my phone, and I just I didn't turn my home thing on. Like I didn't realize it was off, so I just basically wasted all of my out in public data while I was at home like an idiot. So that's cool. I am diffusing some peppermint. Yeah, isn't it great? Diffusers and asthma. Yeah, definitely keeps the air nice and moist, and the oils are awesome. The oils are essential. Mm-hmm. So you knew peppermint would be it, huh? Man, oh man. Well, where were we? The Oracle was about to show up. She said her mom just went to Las Vegas. So if anybody was following from the earlier video, what, peace, hope, you're the Oracle too? The Oracle told me her mother just went to Vegas. But luckily she was okay. I'm guessing she was okay because, well, that shit was just hilarious. Hi, Zen. Thanks for the tips on breathing. Yeah, awesome. Bat Skywatch, awesome. Glad you enjoy. Glad it helps. The anxiety, easiest. So anybody that's not familiar, the easiest way to you just gotta think of things up and down. If you're anxious up here, you want to take the breath this way. Pull the energy out of your head. Breathe into your nose and pull it down. And if you want to bring energy up, you breathe the opposite way. So if you feel like too earthy and grounded, you want to bring energy up, breathe in your mouth, out of your nose. It cycles it that way. And one thing you can add to the whole equation is breathe out before you do anything. If you wake up in the morning or before a meditation, whatever you're doing, breathe out first. Everybody want to breathe in first. It's like you got to take a shit before you eat, right? You should breathe out before you breathe in. We even say breathe in, breathe in. Get rid of what. Oh, love Katesh, you got my whole thing on. You got me, my height, my weight. You got my height, my weight. What else do you know about me? Be frank, you asking me, I like to stay 150 and 160. I suppose, yeah. I don't really. When I'm fasting, like I'm probably 150. If like I'm I think this next few months I'm just gonna put on a couple pounds. As far as like working out and stuff, like I'm gonna do a little more physical activity. Because now that it's not as hot out. Like when it's the summer, man, I'm gonna lose weight. It's hot here. It's like 100 degrees. But now it's coming to the fall. I'm gonna actually put some fall. Not that it ever gets cold here, but I'm gonna put a little bit of fall weight on and put a little muscle on. So I'll probably be 165, 170 maybe. Maybe I'll just get big and just get up to like 182, 190. I don't know. Be frank, are you asking me what's what mean? Peace, hope, you need extra pounds? I don't got any extra pounds. I'm skinny. You see this? I got nothing extra here. You want to channel through stones and talk about stones and crystals. Yeah, everything has a frequency. So, I mean, I can't really tell you how to do it other than put it in your hand and meditate on it. See what it feels. The best way to learn to channel through a stone, you need to have a clear channel yourself. There's too many people out here that I almost don't believe them. Because when I see these I don't know, these old decrepit, out of shape, chicken wing eating, fat smoking women that claim to know something about crystals and Reiki. I'm like, no, I don't believe you at all, because you wouldn't be that unhealthy if you were into Reiki, and you don't have a channel to actually speak through crystals. You need to literally have your blood in a pretty decent shape. You need to be able to implode energy. You need to be able to feel subtle vibrations. I'm not saying that people that are out of shape can't do this, but there tends to be, this is a general rule, that the healthier you get of mind, the healthier you get of body, the more subtlety that you'll be able to have run through you. So health is an overall thing. And so if someone's looking unhealthy, they're probably unhealthy of the mind, and I don't want to know what they have to say anyways. You know what I mean? So if you want to learn to channel stones, whatever they might be, they all have a different frequency. They're all just like a different radio station, just like a different TV station. And they're all going to take you to a certain space. They all connect with planets. Planets, energy bodies, out there, whatever, in spaces internally. And that gets back to that. If someone's unhealthy, then they have places inside of themselves that are unhealthy. And so if they're talking about the planet Neptune, and I know that has to do with 1080 megahertz, and it's connected to to a cream-colored stone, and I know that has resonating factors of the gallbladder. And I see this person, and they got a couple of zits on their face right here for a problem they have with their gallbladder, and they're telling me about how bad Neptune is. I'm like, Neptune ain't the problem. You're dirty, And on top of that, healthy blood is going to implode. Well, I don't want to use the even word implode. You're just going to have more energy running through your system. You'll be able to be more sensitive to things. So the healthier you get, the more high vibe foods that you get into, just getting on the level of not eating dense food, but eating, juices and more liquid diet, you'll be able to feel more subtle energies. Gary, for most people would probably assume I do way, 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 way more magic than I actually do, just because I know it. I kind of took the path of, say, someone like, I don't know, I guess Robert Anton Wilson used a little bit of magic with Crowley and them. I would say Manly P. Hall, he says there's 3 kinds of magic, and here's why you shouldn't use them. I kind of went with that. So, no, I mean, I've done a little bit, but not really. I know how they all work. I've done enough of enough different practices in magic to know that they function, they work, and I know enough to go, well, underneath all that, I just want to work with my consciousness. Have I ever been freaked out? I've been freaked out a lot of times. A lot of times getting out of body. Not anymore, really. Love Katesh. I disagree. Yeah, I mean, we are all channels, but only the spirit is real. That's just classifiedly not real. That's classifiedly false. If only the spirit is real, and I walk over to you and I cut your arm off, tell me all about the spirit while you're sitting there crying, bleeding, screaming, bloody horror and pain, and tell me that your body doesn't exist. And then you can go ask Grandmother Earth about physical matter universe. Yeah, it might be an illusion, but it certainly is a persistent one. So the balance between those things, yeah, but to be on that thing, that's that new agey namaste love and light shit that I don't buy into, that I don't think anyone should, because the real world is here. The real world is those people poisoning your children, working for doctors' offices. The real world is people working for ConAgra Foods. The real world is people with guns. The real world is you walking down the street and somebody, that's the real world, and that's physical. That's well beyond spirit. Spirit is contained in the body, and to say the body doesn't exist, then you don't exist. So, snip that one in the bud. Manly P. Hall, my dude. The left eye. Are you saying like literally physically the left eye? Bap Skywatcher, you said on the left eye. It's very interesting. I had years ago where, it's very interesting where a connection to my dog, My dog's name. I'll just give you a little bit of story, and you can unravel it and see the way that you'd like out of this story. I had scratched my cornea with a piece of metal. I used to build houses. I was an architect, and build houses from top to bottom, from bottom to top, design, and put things. And I was working with some metal, and a piece of metal got behind my glasses and got in my eye. And I thought I got it out. Well, I didn't, and ended up scratching my cornea so bad that I went blind in my eye. And even now, my pupil doesn't dilate, but I can see. I can see just fine. I can probably see. I don't wear glasses. I don't need them. I mean, it's not perfect. I don't have perfect vision. So that's my left eye. And right around this time, I got my dog. And my dog's name was Dog Star, which is Sirius satellite system. Sirius the black dog star. She's a black dog. Y'all seen her the other day. Gary, you seen little Meatwad. Her name's Meatwad now, but so interestingly enough, connection to like when I got into a lot of spiritual things. I got my dog named Dog Star delivered to me. It was when my left eye got injured, and I was blind in it. And very interestingly enough, this movie Kingsman, there's two people that end up getting shot in the eyeball. I'm not giving anything away. You'll see it. Like, I'm not ruining the movie. Don't worry, spoilers. I'm ruining everything. You can't spoil anything in Hollywood. Everybody knows how the story goes. But yeah, so that's a little story you can read into any way you want. Manly phallus. What did I have to say about Vegas? Watch the first one, man. Watch the beginning of the first video. I'm not going to get into it again, but it's the same nonsense. Just nonsense and more nonsense and hilarity and stupidness and like look, watch my first video. Like if you think that really happened, you well behind the game. It's so orchestrated and hilarious. Crisis actors, nonsense, baloney, tomfoolery, hilarity. And I just got into the sense, I'll give you a little bit, that like somebody's, they're like showing you now, like they don't even care. They're just like, dude, this is all fake. Don't you get it? Zen, you can do this now because I am not talking. I am not typing all this to you. I think this is why I am drawn. I don't understand what you mean, Love Katesh. I can do all what now? I don't understand what you're saying. It's just finding it has nothing to do with you. I mean, it's just the way I feel about spirit and physicality. I'd say that same thing to anybody. It has nothing to do with you. Meatwad, yes. Shia Muslims. Granny, where are you at and what is the religious event? Religios. Oh yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah. But so, and the way that I was putting it, yeah. I think most people out there, in the New Age movement and everything, of course, the people in the New Age movement, they get on this highfalutin kick of, get rid of the ego. Everything is love. Everything is light. Everything is just an illusion, and we're all just spirits. And yeah, okay. Tell that to the people that their kids aren't eating and they're literally like starving. Tell that to the people that literally have to go bust their ass in coal mines and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like people, they get it confused. Just because the physical world happens to be illusory doesn't mean it's not real, and doesn't mean that, and a lot of people like twist those words, and they want to say like, well, that's not real. Okay, here, how about I just go drop like a vial full of LSD in your drink, and you drink that, and we'll tell you. You can tell me all about you didn't have an experience. Let me go ahead and let me run you over with a bus. You know, tell me all about that. How was that spiritually for you? Did that really connect with your spirit? Are you, you know, because it's just a spiritual realm, really. That's what I was getting at earlier. Like all these maligned, insane, disgusting, unhealthy wannabe teachers out here, like smoking cigarettes, eating cheeseburgers. Like, well, it's just an experience. You know, like, okay, enough of you. Yeah, typing is ridiculous sometimes. I'm not getting it twisted, and you know, I don't know what part you wouldn't agree with, but it don't matter to me. I mean, truth is truth, and the truth is your physical body, whether you want to accept it, whether you or anybody else. Like, if someone comes up and stabs you in the face, like you definitely got stabbed in the face. That ain't an illusion. It's not real, but we are choosing to make it real. So why suffer? That's I don't know why suffer. You ask a child about that. Ask a child that's suffering. Oh, why? Ask the 5-year-old that has the mother that beats the shit out of it, that smokes all day, that feeds it nonsense. Oh, why do you choose to suffer? See, that's to me, that's very irritating. When people say that kind of stupid shit, like why suffer? Nobody. How many people here have enough control of their mind to choose suffering over happiness? No one would choose that, yet people do suffer. It has nothing to do with choice. It has to do with this is a real world here, and there's real shit going on, and there's really people suffering. You know, this is like people that, like, you know, that believe in God. Well, why does God let suffering? Why is that kid? Why is that kid there suffering? You know, I don't know, why are people poisoning the water? I always go back to that. Why are people actually putting poison in your food? Why are there pharmaceutical companies that are literally poisoning us and poisoning the children? Oh no, that child's choosing to suffer. You know, to me that's like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Don't talk that bullshit. Tell me why that child. I'm gonna go walk down the street right now and I'll point to 1,000 people suffering, and it has nothing to do with like they have a mentality to change that. Well, they're just spirits, so why doesn't their spirit change that? I mean, come on. You know, why don't they? You're just choosing not to have $1 billion in your bank account and have the world be all you know, ice capades and candy corn. I mean, that's the delusion, to think there isn't some sort of like, the delusion is thinking that there, oh no, you can just choose to be happy every day. The fuck you can. No, you can't. People can't choose to, you know, people are, yeah, if you're a boat eye sitting under the tree, but you know what that's reserved for? The people sitting underneath the tree is a boatie. Everybody else is dealing in this world. But, you know, what the fuck do I know? Pain is an illusion, so is happiness then, Katesh. So is happiness. So is us talking right now. This is an illusion. Star beings. I don't know. I've never seen any specific ones. No. That's awesome if you've seen some. I've seen some crazy things, but never. Yeah. Chronologer, you asked about make a thought form for practicing solo entendres. Yeah, go for it. Why not? I mean, you got to think of it this way. Everybody's doing magic all day long, no matter what. If I choose to do it with a little more, and I'm saying something, I'm producing a mantra in a sense. If I go and say the same thing, you are this, you are this, you are this. You know, that's my mantra. Or I am. You know, I can choose anything I want all day as a mantra. People go to work. I hate my boss. You know, that's a mantra right there. I hate my fucking boss. That's a mantra. So yeah, just choose to do it, you know, constructively for your benefit. That's what magic is, constructively choosing consciously. People are doing magic anyways. People are thinking, people are underneath thought forms, on top of thought forms, beside thought forms, inside of, outside of. They're creating mantras. So yeah, it's just like a piece of artwork. You can choose to do anything you want with it. It's all, in that way, it is subjective to what you're getting out of it. You know, you're the subject to your own thoughts. Have I ever witnessed a levitation? No. I There was a couple of times where I felt very, very, very close. A couple of times was obviously with the addition of other substances. And one time, no, I don't remember. I think I was just fasting, and I got a little scared. I was like, if I fucking levitate right now while I'm completely sober, I don't know what, like, I might break my brain. I felt like I couldn't. I was pushing energy through my system, and because I kind of know the mathematics of it, let's say, it's kind of like light as a board, stiff as a feather, or yeah, light as a feather, stiff as a board. That thing. I mean, there's a way to do that. It's literally just you're using the positive and negative poles in people's bodies. This is why you put the male and the female in a certain way around it. It makes it easier. And then you touch the person on top of their skull because there's a portal here. So you're touching them on their skull to basically compress their electromagnetic system, and then you touch them here and here and under here, and you can pick them up because you're literally getting rid of the electrical magnetic force that keeps people bound to the earth. You know, people say, "Oh no, you're getting rid of gravity." No, you're not getting rid of gravity. Gravity doesn't exist like that. Gravity exists in a way, but it's well beyond. It's easiest just to say that it's electricity and it's magnetism, and we're doing something to stunt or encourage that. Ah, that's awesome. You got to levitate, love. That's awesome. Yeah, because you consciously took away the floating part, huh? And they probably had something to do with it too. Like they started to freak out and their energy going. But yeah, certainly yours. At first you're like, oh, this would be cool, and then you would float and you're like, oh my shit. Yeah, that's cool. Stephen Cospetin. What can an individual do? Well, don't focus on what you can. You know, it's that everybody thought the best president ever was John F. Kennedy. He was gonna give us our money back, but they killed him. Man, that's all an act. That's all dog shit, anyways. Because what do you say? It's not. Don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Fuck that dude. What you can do for your country. Your fake ass corporation. What you can do for your corporation. See, that's where that kind of shit, because people ain't understand the okie dokie. No, ask what you can do for yourself. The more you do for yourself, the more you have the capacity to help others. The more money you got, the more you can loan out. Simple as that. The more weight you can lift, the more grocery bags you can carry for that old lady crossing the street. Simple as that. You know? The more voice you have, the more people you can sing for. Simple as that. You have to do you. Don't ask what you can do for your country. You tell your goddamn country they better be supporting you, because you know that's the real. The corporation is already dead. Your country's already dead. You ain't gotta worry about that. So yeah, focus on yourself. That's what you can do. The more you focus on yourself, the more you can help others. Yeah, it's always a group thing. Yeah. Charity does. Only charity I ever met was a prostitute, but that's a whole other story. She was always looking for handouts. Charity does, yeah. And not even at home, at self. You know, even people even get it twisted. You gotta do for your mother and father. You gotta respect the mother and father. No, you don't. You need to respect yourself. Because too many people have been brought up in homes where the mother and father are dominators. You know, we get into this dominator submissive complex. First, it goes through the nuclear family. Which, you know, it goes through the whole governmental system, then the family system, and then, you know, we treat the child like a piece of property. Instead of saying, hey, welcome to the human race. We say, hey, no, you'll get there. You got to go through these steps and these lessons before we actually treat you like a human. And that's bullshit. It's like people that are so dumb, they goo goo gaga at the baby. You're making a child stupid with goo goo gaga baby talk. Talk to the child like a human. Talk to it like a grown adult, and it will act like one. It will respond like one. You don't give a child less nutrition than necessary. So why would you ever speak to it less than necessary? Nutrition is the knowledge you give a child. I don't care if the child is 1 moment old. You should be speaking to it with the highest levels of wisdom, so that way it can process that. So in the same way, we need to teach ourselves to process things within ourselves at the highest level. That way we can share it that way. We can't be underneath this patriarchal or matriarchal delusion. This power paradigm of using this dominator submissive complex that is built into everything. Yeah, you have to have in order to give. Yeah, for the longest time, love, I used to always want to help people, and I didn't have enough myself. Like, I had, don't get me wrong, I had the knowledge, I had the wisdom, I had the gifts. I just, I didn't have the right packaging. I didn't have the right, delivery system. Like, there's no way I could do this unless I had a computer, right? So I always wanted to share this, but I was like, oh, the way to do it is. I was going about it the wrong way because I didn't have the necessary means to do it. Oh, what up, Kia? Finally, yes. Yeah, you got to realize, chronologue. You got to realize your parents are they're just large children. Especially if you consider, if you get into a conversation with them, what's their childhood like? What kind of jobs do they have? Do they respect their boss? Do they respect the television? Do they respect the government? Do they respect the people that are poisoning and lying to them? And you have to realize the parents are nothing else other than dominators in most cases. And that they're no better or worse than anything. Everybody's like, oh, my dad's better and stronger than yours. Like, no, probably not. And in fact, your parents are probably just as dumb and stupid as everybody else's, and this is I don't even know them, but I can look at my parents and be like, my parents are idiots. It just so happens. Has nothing to do with love, has nothing to do with respect. Respect people for what they are. I respect the garbage man for who he is, not for being a garbage man. I respect the person for whatever, like just being human. But when it comes to knowledge, show and prove. What's your knowledge got for me? What's it got for you? What is it? I don't care your title. You can take your title and shove it up your ass. If you ain't got real knowledge, if you want to tell me some, your classical mind frame and how the solar system works because NASA told you, you're an idiot in my book. You can. I love idiots. I do. You got to have more love for these people. The people that think they have the most are the people that actually have the least, that need the most love. That need the most help. Yeah, we get into that. My parents sucked, but they did the best they could. We people get stuck in that, but they're doing the best they can. Yeah, everybody's got that. We're not downplaying anybody's. Everybody did their best, but let's just face it, some people's best fucking sucks. It's like some people out here think they're good at something. Like, nah, you ain't even very good at it. I could have went professional at baseball. Nah, you would have if you were that good. People always living in their own fantasy delusional world. Yeah, Gary, I would assume yours did because you seem to be pretty well adjusted. Lucky man, Gary. That's why he's living the dream in the middle of North Carolina with some of the greatest beer on the planet, huh? Yeah, at some point you likely will be taking care of your parents. Not me, love. Definitely not. I take care of them the way I can. I always try to. They don't want what I have to offer them. I offer them plenty of care. They don't want it. Oh yeah, ageism, oblivion. Yeah, ageism. That's huge. John Tyler Gatto's work gets into all that. Yeah, like the whole school system was supposed to be a 12th grader teaching the 11th grader, teaching the 10th grader, teaching the ninth grader, and within each one of those grades could have been any age. Because, hey, you could be 8 years old at a 10th grade reading level, right? And you could hate math. You should be having children younger than you teach you, and you should have people older than you teaching you. You should never think of it as there's the dictator in front of me. That's why it's called a teacher and a preacher and a mass and a class. Because either way, it's a group. It's an ass. It's a bunch of ass end people getting preached to or teached. It's to each. Yeah. And so it's once again, it's even more of that dominator submissive complex, and it should be taught that you can learn from everyone, but they say no, you learn from the person that stands in front of the room. They know better. And you grow up to go, man, teachers were idiots. The third grade teacher, you know what a third grade teacher has to do? They have to be as smart as an 11-year-old. They only got to be in fourth grade. And so whenever I find third grade teachers, I'm like, to me, you're 11 years old. Anybody that teaches in a school system, I'm like, I'm well beyond university. So if someone says, oh, I'm a teacher, well, yeah, good for you. What do you teach? You teach 10th grade mathematics? Well, that's great. So you have to have the education of an 11th grader. But it should be all, an 8-year-old teaching the 18-year-old. Who knows? Maybe the 8-year-old liked to read, and maybe the 10-year-old liked to do math. Maybe somebody likes art. Maybe people's advantages are perception, and you'll come to those terms and places at different points in your life. We try to rectilinearize and turn things into this patriarchal. Here's when you must know this. Here's when you must be like this, and it's all fucked. Yeah, Gary, best breweries. You know what? New Orleans is finally caught on with breweries, and actually there's a few places down here that are distilling liquor now. Pretty good distilleries too, as a matter of fact. Yeah, chronologer. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes disconnecting is healthy. Stephen Casperton. Thoughts on mushrooms, LSD, cannabis? Well, I take LSD and throw that in the garbage. Anything that man's hands have been on, I don't want nothing to do with. Although, I've done it, years ago. Had good experiences on all of those things. But as far as how and when and why they should be used, psychedelics are in everything. But since we're so far away, those are hard medicines. Those are big medicines. And I think there's a place and a use for them. I think they've gotten too much of a reputation as recreational, and they should have never been recreational. They should have been creational. Recreate means to do again, or to wreck, to break something. Recreation. To wreck the creation is to do something again. The creation should have just been. So anyways, all of those things, yeah, there's a place and time and use for them for sure. Lagunitas. Von Hoff, yeah, it can be. It just depends on who. Again, it always comes down to environment, who you're with. That really helps everything, no matter what it is. You could be on oxygen. Oxygen. who is it that said, yeah, we're all just on this strange trip and we're just hallucinating every time we breathe on oxygen. You don't know what else is in the air. You don't even know what oxygen is, you know? It's that whole Neo thing. You think that's oxygen you're breathing, Neo? Man, it started raining here, man. Another day I wanted to get out, but so for anybody that just got here, go to the first video if you want to hear about the Kingsman and the the Kingsman and the Las Vegas, the hilarity, the silliness. I don't know. I like I said, I try not to pop on these pop culture things because it's just, I don't want the people that really would be into that kind of news anyways, because I don't feel like having the argument with people. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth my energy. I got better things to do. We speak it from an esoteric level. But the reason I brought it up is because that movie is amazing. They didn't use any symbolism. They didn't use any esoteric constructs. They just put it right in your face. Like, if you can't figure it out, man, oh man. Dale's Pale Ale, New Belgium. Sierra Nevada has been classically one of the best beers out there, and I believe that there's 3 beers that aren't pasteurized, and Sierra Nevada is one of them. It's amazing. And Dale's Pale Ale, Oscar Blues, man. I just had Oscar Blues yesterday. Good stuff. New Belgium does Fat Tire, right? Yeah, Kingsman 2 is amazing. Yeah, go do it. I mean, do it as soon as possible. I went last night. It was awesome. I went to the theater, and there was only 3 people there. Sunday night, I went by myself. I only been to a movie by myself one time before, but my friend was like, "Yo, just go watch it, dude. It's awesome." So, yeah, it was really, really amazing. Alien languages. You know, anything's an alien language. You go. If I went to Greece, I'd be hearing an alien language, huh? Y'all making me want a beer. I'm gonna go get a beer right now. I've been drinking this coffee. You got me all. Caffeine don't work with me, y'all. I'm gonna get a beer. Man, Gary, you're funny, man. I'm gonna have to come out to Asheville and come visit. You remind me of somebody so much. I used to have this buddy in high school. His father's name was Gary, funny enough. And my buddy in high school, he was like this, like super Republican, short hair, like, yeah. I mean, he was. I don't know. I mean, he was my dude, but we fell apart because I became this way and he stayed on that path, right? But his father's name was Gary. And he was just, you know, that long-haired hippie from, you know, kept his 60s vibe. Long hair. I don't know how he birthed this kid at all, because his mother was like cool hippie chick. His father was like, you know, like, it was funny because I smoked pot with his father before he ever did. I used to go hang out with his father and smoke pot. We'd be drinking Heinekens all day. When you make me come out to Asheville though and drink some. Oh, check it out. Speaking of. Yeah, I'll do this. Boom. New Belgium. Citradelic. Yeah, kids want to rebel against their parents. It's funny. He got along with his parents, and his parents got along with him. He was just, I think he just wanted money. He was just like a little money. He was a short little kid. That's why he had that Napoleon complex. Napoleon? Yeah. Yeah, this is amazing, man. I'll let you know. Let me see. Oh, yeah. It's exotic lime ale. The other day I had something that was lime and sea salt. It wasn't New Belgium. It was something else, but it was amazing. This is really good. I usually drink a dark beer this early in the morning. Wicked, man. I'm about to come out and visit you for sure. Hey, you definitely welcome to come down to New Orleans and kick it. Come down for Mardi Gras, man. See the insanity. Yeah. Oh, yo, so, okay, yeah, Kia, you watched that Beetlejuice breakdown? That's amazing, right? See? This is what I was telling y'all earlier. I tell you, Subtle Infinity is wicked. He was excellent. I mean, you know, like I said, like, lately I ain't digging his shit, but, you know, just the redundancy of it. But, you know, he was really killing some things with this Beetlejuice breakdown. I highly suggest that to people. Yeah, man. Anytime. You see my cribbles, and I got plenty of, you know, man. Even if you want like a nice hotel out here, man. Whatever. My place, Sukasa. You know, come through. And I got friends with like real big houses and pools and shit. So, and the streets, we just drink in the streets out here. You know. Is marriage a trap? Is a mirage a trap? I don't know. I think the world is probably would steer and gear towards what would be it's popularized in a lot of cultures. You know, basically having your wife and then having your little side pieces. You know, I think humans are supposed to be kind of poly. You know, I can't imagine being with the same person. You know. Shit gets stale. That's just the way it is. You're supposed to, you know, look at all the old, you know, you have your queen, ultimate respect, and she got her little thing on the side. You got your little thing on the side. You just keep hush hush, keep your whole move, keep it moving, you know. Or if you're real cool with it, you know, just fucking do what the Mayans do. Do what all the other cultures do. Just, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. This is why they do that like that yearly. Let's do a bunch of drugs and just have an orgy. And nobody knows whose kid it is, so everybody got to take care of it. Yeah, it kind of looks like him over here, but I don't know. It might be mine. Shit, we got to take care of that kid. You got my eyes, but you got his ears. Oh shit, whose kid is it? Fuck, we don't know. Right, but then again, you know, a lot of this is just like culturally built into people where they think they're supposed to be monogamous. I think monogamy is great and healthy for some people, you know, but for other people, no. I don't know. It's for me. I've had probably a different lifestyle than most people, but you know, you see unhealth in every type of relationship, and you see health in every kind of relationship. And I think it's just finding what works with you and what works with your consciousness and where you're at. Louisiana is California with way cooler folks. Yeah, the people here are amazing. You walk down the street, people will smile at you and say hello, no matter what. Yeah, Gary, for real, come through anytime. You can sleep on the floor, dude. I got a wicked, dude. I give up the bed. You sleep in the bed, man. And besides, I get a pull-out couch or whatever. What's the difference between me and a pull-out couch? See, come on. Anybody can read into that joke. Louisiana is amazing. Best food in the world, man. Best food, best people, best culture. Yeah, I hope, it's that love. It's always about like how can we care for and develop the family and the children and the support system. And sometimes, a lot of times it's economically and the capitalism has really just destroyed what an actual family could look like. There's too much I want what that person has, and there's too much of the nonsense and drugs. There's too much TV. There's too much, it gets in the way of what an actual, male, female, couple kids family would look like. That can be healthy, and it should be. But I like the idea of having like a larger support system of saying, hey, when I was in Baltimore, it was funny. All my native and black friends would always be like, "Oh, that's my cousin." I'm like, "Is that your cousin or is that your cousin?" Like, "What up, cousin?" I'm like, "Okay, now is that legitimately your cousin?" And I'd always have this funny conversation. And like, "Is that actually your cousin?" I'm like, "Yeah, that is actually my cousin." And other times I'm like, "No, that's just what up, cuz." So I always find that funny. Like, if you look at people like family, they become it, right? So. Where is that? Plug this thing in here. Yeah, Kia, come through. You're all welcome here, for sure. Yeah, marriage can work for a lot of people. A lot of people it don't either. There's a lot of reasons to go into things working and not working. Yeah, reflections, But then you take that reflection and it gets a little bit bigger, and you know what happens? Like, damn, everybody's me. All of a sudden, I'm a androgynous, polymorphous, bisexual. I'm spending my days and nights in group orgies everywhere. Ain't nothing wrong with that either, but it can get, any lifestyle can lead to happiness and craziness and sadness and despair and confusion and longing and wisdom and, there you go, love. Thank you for being honest. You wouldn't be married if you didn't have kids. And kids will inspire that. You have a rather large noggin. What do you get? A big head for all the big brains, huh? Just the brains. Goddamn heathen. Yeah, if you were unmarried for 12 years and you figured it out then, that's good, man. That's what's up. Yeah, twin flames, man. I think that's so many people have different ideas of what a twin flame is. Some people get on the spiritual thing. No, it's the person that inspires you. And some people are like, no, it's who I need to bond with sexually. And some people are like, no, it's twin flame is like just as a mimicry of energy. It's your mirror. I mean, there's so many ways of identifying, terming that. I think, can you have more than one twin flame? Would that be a twin flame anymore? Would that just be, why wouldn't they just call it a mirror flame at that point? So that for me, it's like I've met so many people that have like a mirroring to me, but usually the relationships don't last very long. I have not had very many long relationships because I grow and the other person grows, and I don't mean just like male female. I'm just mean like in general. I usually meet people that are growing, and so sometimes we grow the same, sometimes we grow differently. And then sometimes I meet people that aren't growing at all, and those are the fun ones. those burn up real quick. I've lit too many people on fire. Forming Voltron or Allah. I never made any videos on him. I speak at it, but I don't know exactly what you mean. What do I think about astrology? That's peppered in all my videos. Astrology is the truth. Astrotheology, astrology, that's all the truth. That's the highest order of truth. And as soon as you get to understand it, then you can start to control it, affect it, change it, and alter it. It's just the most basic way of using symbols and archetypes and archons and energies and forces, both inside and outside of yourself, to you know, the way I put it in a couple other videos was, it's the same way people go, I don't believe in astrology, but they'll talk all day about their Myers-Briggs score. They'll talk all day about, well, I'm an INTJ. And I'm like, do you know INTJ, what that's for? That's for air, fire, earth, and water. Do you know that? You get familiar with this stuff. That's the real talk. And see, they'll buy into that, and not realizing that the reason that you learn that you're an INTJ is so that you can learn how to be the opposite of those things, or the complementary system. And that's the same thing that astrology did. And all they did was business bit off of astrology, because the businesses were really using astrology, but they won't tell you that. So then they took it and hid it within what they call Myers-Briggs or any of these other facsimiles of the astrological energetic systems. So they ask you the same questions as a good tarot reader would ask you. They ask you the same questions as a good channel would ask you. You just happen to think it's business. Yeah, it's the business of taking your birthday and using it as, you know, your sun sign and why you're going to be work wherever you are in the business. Yellow, red, and blue flames. I never knew about that, Gary. Can you see those? Can you see the different auric fields of people? Can you see the colors? And Kia, when you say people make it seem like it's important to know, are you saying that about astrology? It's very important to know. It's vital. It's essential. If you don't know astrology, you probably don't know yourself. You can know yourself without astrology, but that's taking the long way. You want to take the express route, learn astrology, learn astrotheology, and know that it's inside of you and you can adjust it. Yeah, I learned one time. I used to get massage done when I lived in Indiana, and the place I went had the best. Like they had energy running through them. They were like, a lot of them were, you know, Reiki practitioners and didn't even know it. And one chick gave me a massage and did work on me that literally, for like 2 hours afterwards, everything had an aura to it. Everything. I mean, paintings had auras to them. She made me see auras. It was crazy. I can't usually. Sometimes I can. Yeah, tarot can be a guide, and tarot can be confusing, and tarot can be a lot of things. When you get to a certain point, it's something completely different. Anybody that's on here that seen me throw cards around? If you see me throw the cards at Francis Lubinus yesterday, you started getting an idea of what cards are. Life path, yeah, that's an easy breakdown. Life path numbers. Cam with his munchy delicacies. You hungry? I'm probably not gonna eat it tonight because I ate a bunch of truffle popcorn last night at the movies. What can I say about gin? I always talk about gin. Gin is a genie. A genie is a genie in a bottle. A gin. This is why they call it gin in alcohol. It's spirit. So I mean, all those words are intimately connected. And in the sense of what a gin is no different than what a spirit is. You know, the point of taking physical form is kind of like that movie Ghost. Like, how can you actually physically interact? It's like when you get out of body, when you become lucid and out of body. Basically, we're just here doing the same thing. We just don't know that we have more control over this body. And so, people in other realms, they could dip into here and take form. They're in every way a jinn. Everyone's a spirit. Everyone's a jinn. They just don't know to what level. You got a lot of people that they don't know what they are. They're just walking around confused. But then there are actually jinns that know they're jinns. People that know they're immortal, that know how to get into different realms. And they can be good, bad, and different. You know, that's the thing. You'll know good spirit guides when you find them. How can you summon a genie? How can you talk to the jinn? I mean, the easiest way is go get a bottle of gin. You know, drink it. There's your spirit right there. It will be inside of you. Is that what you want? Go drink some gin and then look in a mirror. Try that. I mean, you can also use it. You could put something in a glass. You could put something in a brass container or a copper container. I mean, then you're getting into like really high level stuff there, but you could pour a spirit into something and use the container as a vessel to communicate that way. But I mean, why not just ingest some, see what it's about? Not saying drink a whole bottle, you don't want that, you'll forget, but a little bit you can kind of get to know a spirit. It's like you smoke the spirit of a plant, right? So you drink the spirit of a plant the same way. Sauerkraut is one of my favorite things in the world. We'll see if this beer is gonna make me hungry or just thirsty. Kimchi. It's interesting they call it chi, huh? Do I know about soul bonds? Well, let me do this again, as I'll have to do in every video, because you have to be correct with the language. You have to at least make an attempt. There are no such thing as soul contracts. There are no such thing as soul bonds. You can't bond or contract to something that is infinite and one thing everywhere. The soul is the whole thing. So the only soul contract or the soul bond you have is back to the whole thing. That's all. You don't have anybody dictating something to you. You can have spirit contracts. You can have spirit bonds. You can have spirit people that, or energies that attach to spirit. Those things can be wound up in bond. Like, my hand is the soul. My fingers are spirits. I can bond these things, but it's all connected to the soul. You can't, you know. I get what you're saying, like, so when people say soul contracts and things, but you know, I think it just goes into misguiding with language. Everything's been misguided with language. There's no, you know, people are like, you have to fulfill your soul contract. I'm like, yeah, you need to suck a dick. It's just the way I feel in my heart. You know what I mean? Because I have people say this to me all the time. Like, whenever I say something, like, try to like claim I don't know what's going on. I'm like, well, you're talking out of your ass, because there's nothing I need to do. You know what I need to do? Here's what I need to do. That's all. I fulfilled my entire soul contract. That's what I just did. My soul, which is me, was contracted with the spirit, which is my breath. I've just connected. I did everything I needed to do for right now. There's nothing else I need to do. And if someone tells me I need to, they're living in the future or they're living in the past. I'm not living there. I'm living right here. This is my gift. This is my presence. That's all there is to it. And if you want to talk about contracts, you know what you write contracts on? A piece of paper. That shit is dead. That's the dead book. I am the living book of life, as you are. And so, if you're going to tell me I have a soul contract, unless you know the soul, unless you can point to it and bring that soul to me, then I have no business with it. I have no business with the contract. I have no business with any, like, show it to me. Bring it to me. It's like, bring that forth. Show me what it is. You know what you can do with paper? You can burn it. It doesn't exist. It's a fallacy. Can you burn this? Can you burn the soul? No. Can you burn the spirit? No. Those things are infinite. Those are immortal. That happens to be. Contracts don't exist. Your only contract is again your spirit, your breath. Breath means spirit. When in doubt, whip it out. That's damn right, Gary. Well, you say, what's the best that would happen? People like to say, what's the worst that could happen? I say, what's the best that would happen? Let's change the language there. There we go. Yeah, born to be alive. There you go. Maybe he does. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. And congrats if you do, if you're good at it, you know. Anybody out there with phallic skills, phallic sucking skills? Congratulations, good job, way to go. You know, playing the skin flute, tugging organ grinders, huh? Gary said preferably, as if there might be like a room for something else. You gotta do your thing, Gary. Female, definitely. I would bet Gary is quite the cunning linguist. Yeah. So I'm supposed to do a show tonight at 9 o'clock. I was invited onto, I don't know if you all know, it's called the Sun and Moon Group, the Flat Earth Hangouts. It's with Santos is on it a lot, Mark Sargent, Patricia Steer, which Gary has quite the chubby for. You know, I'll talk to her. You know, I'll see if I'll get you in there. And I don't know. I'm just gonna see where I am whenever they're doing it at like 9 o'clock. Where are they? England. So I don't know if that's 12 o'clock here or 6 o'clock here. I'll have to see. I'll look into it. But so check it out and see what time it is. I don't know. I'm gonna see where I am, you know, because I do these things based off of my motivation and energy, and it also depends on who's gonna be on the show. Because I don't, you all know me. I gotta talk. I ain't trying to be sitting around waiting for everybody else to talk some stupid shit. So if if I get on and they're talking about like flat Earth, I'm just gonna delete that and do my own show. So East Coast is 6, so it's 5 for me. So I don't know. We'll see. I did have dinner plans, but we'll see. Because I can go on that show anytime. I pretty much have an open invite. I just really haven't done it. I was kind of waiting until I had my channel kind of in order and had a little bit of a fan base or whatever, that you guys can come and show up there and kick it and check that out. You talking to me, Granny? I'm hard on myself, or you talking to Garrett? Who are you talking to? Yeah, I think this is why I got to get this thing onto like Google Hangouts or something else where you guys can get your like pictures lined up down here in the room. I can actually like, we can have I don't know does anybody know which program does this? So I can see the comments, but then I could click on one of your faces, and you could like chat so I could hear you. because that would be kind of cool. Not that I want to hear what all you got to say. You know, because that'll get me into a place like, why don't you why don't you click on my, I want to talk to you, Zen? Then I got to be like, man, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to have a conversation. I ain't got all day to be talking to everybody. That's always my thing with this stuff. When people want me to do like bigger things, I'm like, yeah, this is, you know, you can only spread yourself so thin out here. Yeah, Kia. What is CTFU? So I'm getting the fuck up, but what is C? Did you mean STFU? Would C be, is that a misspelling? Or is that code that I don't know? But yeah, again, anybody, yeah, good. Oh, cracking the fuck up. Good. That's what I aim to do. I'm just a spiritual entertainer here. I'm a comedian. I don't even know shit about spirituality. I don't know nothing. I'm just here for your entertainment. So yeah, if any of you do know a better place to do this where we can kind of get something a little hybridized where I can, you know, split screen with somebody and Skype. Well, but on Skype, can I have a bunch of people? That's not just like one-on-one shit. I can have a bunch of people. I never used it. I don't. I'm ancient. I don't know how this technology works. Okay, and do I have these cool little features where I can, like, I mean, because if I can't have bubbles on Skype, I ain't doing it. That's just, I hate to break it to you, but until Skype gets bubbles, I can't do it. Can't do it. I know exactly, Granny. If there ain't no bubbles, we can't do this. Or a dance party. Where's the dance party? And unless they do like background, like to call it oons music, oons. But I like this. This has been fun. I like this back and forth. This would be if we could just go back and forth. It's like a black and white dance party. Yeah. Chronologer. It's one of my favorite words. Louis C.K. Do you say that in public? Do you say that to your mother? Do you have the audacity to like say that off of the computer, like in a group of black people? Chronologer, are you brown? Are you a brown person? Oh, you are. Oh shit, I didn't see. see, I figured. I thought you were just some like dumb fat ass white dude trying to say some stupid shit out here. Okay. Cause I like get around my Baltimore friends and my New Orleans friends. Like, yeah, okay, come hang out. Let's see if you don't catch an ass whooping. So cool, yeah. Well, okay. With the hard R too, huh? Mhm. Yeah, it's funny when I go on. I you know, you give people the heritage and the history of the word Nigeria or Niger and nigger, coming from NGR, which is energy, and the kings. The word king, KNG, is like to be kinged, is where you get the word energy, like the king of Niger. Like this is all wrapped up in what melanin is and the whole energetic system of what the sun provides. Like kingship is that. And so when people even try to like erase it, like Al Sharpton's dumbass, we're gonna bury that word. And bury Al Sharpton's dumbass. Fucking, you know, house ass motherfucker. You know, I gotta say motherfucker because wait, it's black and white. I can make myself black now. Hey, Chronologer, may I say it? See, but Al Sharpton come out here saying he wants to bury the word, You want to bury history? You want to bury the energy of that word? No, you don't. There's plenty of places that you go anywhere. You go to the hood, and that's a sign of respect. That's a sign of energy. That's that's a showing of speaking forth love. Just because you don't know the history, or because he does know the history, but he's on that. He came here on a slave ship bullshit. Because he don't want to be original of the land, because he don't want to take back his power, because he's too indebted to the white man. And it ain't even the white man, it's the green man. Let's be real here. We're talking about green witches and green witch society. The Greenwich Mean Time, it's the mean green witch. The mean green witch is the time lords. These are the archons of the time lords that came out of the people in England. England is the royalty. The royalty is the kings and queens that used to be of all color, all creed, all class, but then they took and forgot about time, forget about their kingship and their kings, their kins, meaning family. This is where, then they started burning their kin, burning their kindling. They burnt their family. They burnt off the tree. They started feeding the salt. They threw salt on the wounds. And see, then we got divided up the culture, divided up the species, divided up the races, divided up the knowledge, the wisdom, the language, the money, the currency, the energy. Started looking up to the moon, started moon worshipping, started money worshipping, started disconnecting from the heritage of everything. We got plenty of his story, but we ain't got no heritage. You want to hear about heritage? The heritage is her it age, which has to do with your hair. This is why cats like me, who got hair, all about her. Because this is why women wear long hair. They keep them wound up, tied to the thing, to their ancestry, the wisdom that comes through the Silicon Valley of the trees. I mean, this is connection to like the root system. You got roots in your hair. You're a tree that's upside down. The roots of the tree are in the ground. The roots of the human is in their hair. So if you got a story, you store it in your tailbone. Your tail becomes a story you tell, which comes out as your hair and your heritage and your lineage. Your line that comes up your spine. The spine is an anagram for penis. Let the penis spit the energy forth, which comes out your hair. It's like, right out of Skull of Golgotha. Speaking forth wisdom and truth always. But whatever. What the fuck do I know? Yeah. Yeah, love, it is a tool of a separation tool. Go try it as a white guy while skipping past New Ebony Hotel in Harlem. Yeah. The New Ebony. The new Ivory Ebony Hotel, yeah. Al Chem, what up? Yeah, the Ankh, there it is. The king, the ring, the Ankh. So even where you get word thanks, you say the ankhs, the ankhs, which is angst. It's energy. Energy is built up in angst. It's wound up. Yeah. A lot of words can be disrespectful. Anything can be disrespectful. I could call you, what up, pal? What? Yeah, what up, chief? What up, chief? You see how disrespectful that is? It's never the word. It's never the word. It's never the word. It's always the energy and the intent. No word, no, not a damn vibration, not a letter, not any letters put together any way can be used to disturb anything or to cause anything other than your perception of it. I could say, anything I want right now. And it could be the same exact words said in different ways. Remember when Ice-T came out with that Cop Killer album? Remember that when he was part of that group? When he was part of that heavy metal group? You all know that. And then Tipper Gore came through. Oh, we gotta ban this music, right? And then they had Charlton Heston read off the lyrics to Cop Killer. The group was called Body Count. It was Cop Killer. And he stood there in front of the whole world reading off the lyrics to Cop Killer in Charlton Heston's best church-ass voice. Cop Killer. Cop Killer. all we want to do is go wild and kill more cops in the hood with, you know, this. What? See, what? See, he's not, who is he, right? Popularized that. He just sounded like a stupid dummy to all the robots and programs, but the real shit, when Ice-T's out there, and you know what's funny about Ice-T? Ice-T, you know what he does now? He's in a show with cops. The show that he's in Hollywood is all about cops. He's a goddamn cop. Go figure that one out. And what about Ice Cube? Ice Cube, he was hood as fuck, and now what, he daddy daycare? What's he in? He making Adam Sandler movies? Go figure all that shit out. Go put your cap of confusion on now, huh? Kia, I did a video on, I've done a bunch of videos on here. Look up my video on urine therapy, hair heritage, shamanism. I did an hour-and-a-half talk on it. On shamanism and monks and why monks shave their heads. I'll give you a short little tidbit here. If you believe your history and your story is told throughout your hair and you hold karma in your hair, there's a reason that shamans keep their history, they keep their lineage, they keep their wisdom, they keep their stories in their hair, in their knowledge base. And so that they're able to share, they become part of the tree of life. Where what monks do, the reason they put them orange cloths on and they keep shaving their heads is because they want to be free of all their karmic bonds. They want to be birthed anew every day. They want to have no connection to the past or future. They believe that when they're reincarnated, what they want to do is they want to have an expression of this last life to be completely clean slate, clean and clear, and nothing to bring into the afterlife. They can make a choice from there. What they don't realize is karma doesn't exist, that right now you're brand new. Not a damn thing you need to do. You cut your hair, you keep your hair, you do anything. But what a shaman knows is they're bringing the story so they can teach. They're part of the vine. They're shaman because they're part of the ayahuasca, the panacea. They were poisoned so much in their body that it comes out in their hair as the panacea. This is why the shamans of Siberia would piss out the mushroom, the sacred mushroom, as they would take the poison inside of them and give the followers the wisdom of the medicine that was already cleaned through their system. They can walk in places that you cannot walk, so we walk through the hot coals and fires. And the monks, they want to just get rid of all that, not knowing that there's nothing they need to do. They're underneath a spell themselves. And that's the real truth. If somebody asks me, what kind of Zen Buddhism do I practice? Fucking none. I love some Zen Buddhism, but not me. Not here. My elephant, I get everything from Amazon. It's the easiest way. It comes right to my house. Grant you the sila. Hey, man, start consuming the crystal. Put the crystals around you. Start eating the bamboo. Beat the shit out of yourself with some bamboo. What up? What up, Alchem? Ah, pal is your surname. What up, pal? It's very funny. The crazy dude that I was telling a story about that I met the other day. There's this place in New Orleans called Pal's Lounge. It's a funny little place. He works there. I was there. Yeah. Actors, damn right. Yeah, there's a good time to be acting, and there's a good time to be being. You know, sometimes you got to act for people to get the best or a benefit out of them for themselves, and sometimes it's best to just be. Just leave it be. You know. Alchem, I'm glad you LMFAOing. Oh, I'm back a little ways in these comments. You can't see it. Yeah, the growing your hair out, you know, you're gonna have to deal with a good solid year of just that. Gary always with this freak flag. I cut a foot off of my hair. I think I told you this the other day. I had to. It was just dead split ends, knotting up. It was just like the last year of my life that I just, I had to get rid of some, I had to cut some ties and some binds and some associations. And I literally did it ritually, as well as I cut some people out of my life and some habits that I had, and it all was bound up in my hair. Cut my hair and change a bunch of things. It was right around the time I actually cut my channel down too. I had some stupid shit happen. Some friends fucked me over. Some things happened. And I just was like, I was on some shit. So I was like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of a little bit of my hair. You couldn't find a good plug on Amazon for bamboo? Get it from, I'll go grab my bag right now. It's like bulk supplement supply. Best place to get it. Simple, to the point, cheap. But if you really want to look for it, if you want the real source, Mountain Rose Herbs, type that in there for everybody. Mountain Rose Herbs. Best place for everything. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's all organic, Oregon Tith. I mean, it's super. There's like 20 labels on everything. It's like super, like, it's super hippie. Like, they really probably got fairy chicks going around on the whole place. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not masturbating on the plants. Like, for real. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there ain't pregnant women using their breast milk to put on these plants. I'm not being funny right now either. I mean, I am being funny, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised. That's how, like, real deal, like, they're sitting there, like, probably playing music, running through the fields with fiddles, dancing around naked, doing some shit. and if they ain't, if anybody wants to start that, yeah. Yeah, sometimes the locks are nice, and sometimes you got to get rid of them. Sometimes maybe it's just trimming them. Sometimes, it just depends. Raw Zen, what happened to my friends? I don't want to get that in. I mean, I give you all a lot of personal stuff, but I don't want to get too intense with all that shit. I'll just give you the overview. It's anybody's life, though. I mean, I might do a video on it sometime, but it just has to do with, like, people saying they about something and saying they gonna do this, and other people doing some fucked up shit and saying, hey, I got you with this, and then they're not coming through, and just bullshitting. People are bullshit sometimes. Ain't no other way around. You gotta, like, fucking. And then you let people know they're bullshit, and they don't like to hear it. Oh well. Mountain Rose Herbs is the shit, though. It is for real. Yeah, Mountain Rose Herbs, man. Steven, what do I use oil on and for? Best thing you can use oil for is oil enemas, man. Look up oil bastis. That'll be the easiest, quickest, fastest, most powerful way to use oil for what it's worth. An oil basti is like changing your oil in your car. A dark, filthy oil, drop it out, put the new shit in. That's what's up. And when you eat oil, you basically still gotta digest it through your system. That would be like putting oil in your gas tank. I mean, kind of a little bit. You'd be burning it different. So, basti, it just means, it's just the name that the Indians give it. I try not to get onto the, like, oh, we need the Muladhara chakra, and we must, fuck all that shit. We speak English. We speak American here, so I'm gonna speak American. Not that I don't know the other names and languages and shit, but, and basti just basically means oil shoved up your ass. Oil gently heated, and you put in a possible medicinal herb, maybe turmeric, maybe a green herb, and put it up the bung before bed while it's kind of warm. Sleep on it, wake up, and there's a possibility you won't even pass any oil because your body will ingest it all and use it. It's very nice. And there's a chance you will, you know, have to get up in the middle of the night, and you might want to wear a diaper. At least put a mat down. You don't want to shit the bed. Any recipes? I mean, turmeric is probably the best all around thing just to use. And oil, almond oil is good. Almond's one of the best. And yeah, Japanese is wonderful because it gets to the point. Japanese, just like every other language, depending on whether it's written up or down or left or right, which you're reading different ways. I tell a big story on this: right-handed, left-handed, future and past, and how the mind works. And here's the quick story. You're either pulling from the history and writing a future. So if I'm using my right hand, I'm using my left brain, masculine. And what that means is I'm taking ideas that I have from the past and I'm writing them into the future. What that causes is a recycling. It's called recreation. It causes the same thing to happen again and again. There's no creativity in that. You're pulling from memory into creation, which means you can only make what you already know this way. If I use my left hand and I go this way, I'm using my right brain, which is my feminine brain, and I'm pulling out of creation into memory. I'm literally doing the opposite thing. It's more natural as a seed to birth into creation. This is pulling from creation into a memory. This is all brand new. This way is pulling from the patriarchy, the papacy, the past. That's where you word past, patriarchy, past. And so there's languages that go in both directions. And then there's languages that use symbols, and there's languages that go up and they go down. So you have fire languages, you have water languages, and then you also have languages that use the noun before the verb, and then some that use the verb before the noun. Meaning, perception of using the man runs is that the man, the noun, the thing, is running. I'm the object causing the action to happen. But other languages use running was the man, meaning the action caused the creation of man. It's the opposite way of viewing things. It's masculine versus feminine. It's creative potential creating a new universe versus history creating itself again. There you go. Chew on that one. Record that. Redub that. That shit's amazing right there. If there's anything that I've ever come up with as my own theory on something, it's that. No one's ever said that before. I've been telling people that for years. And again, getting back to that symbology thing, when one symbol as a hieroglyph or as a piece of art can encompass something. This is why I love emojis. When I talk to people on the phone, emojis are what's up. You're taking all of this complex rectilinear language, letters, and turning it into a picture and saying, that speaks to my energy. It makes complete sense. We're going in the right direction by making things simple. You think kids are being funny when they're using, oh, it's cute, kids are using these little pictures and stuff, and like, oh, be an adult, write it out. Like, no, fuck you. This has more value and more integrity than what you're going to write out. And it's going to take you 30 minutes to write out what on a ways you type this out. You're going to tell me all about, here's this. When a kid can just push a button and extrapolate twice as much information from 1% of the work and be more profound with the execution of it. It's a sigil. There you go. Yeah. Oh, Bab Skywatch. That's awesome. I ain't seen the Emoji Movie. I heard it was absolute dog shit, but well, whatever. Oh, you understand French, Italian, and a little Romanian. Of course you know Romanian. The ramens. The ramen noodles. The Romans are like that's like, a lot of people say that's where the original gypsies come from, yeah? as they were roaming around. It's funny, Gary. You know what? I've heard some people talk in different languages, and I feel so connected to the language that I can understand what they're saying, even though I've never in any way, shape, or form studied any other language whatsoever. But I'll be like, one day I was sitting here, a friend of mine we were listening to, I don't remember what it was, but I just turned on someone speaking in a foreign language, and I kept telling her exactly what the person was saying, and I had no idea. But I felt like completely connected, like I knew what they were saying. And no, I wasn't doing any drugs. But BAP Skywatch, that's awesome. Recreating the language that way. Kia, you want a sigil for learning a new language fast? No, you don't want a sigil. You want to learn to use your mind properly. A sigil is not going to help you learn a language. Learning a language is it's more deconstructive first. You've constructed a way of observing English. You need to deconstruct the way that you perceive language, and that will help you from there. It's like basically just, knock the building down. English is a building. Knock the building down and start with the pieces from the bottom. Don't try to build the same thing. And language, the way mentally you think about language and the way they're structured, a sigil won't really help you. Eggs are cool. How many is too many? I don't know. See when you get tired of them. Go hard boil a dozen eggs. Tell me how you feel. That's the size of it. Sometimes I'll do eggs for days. Scrambled, boiled, fried. Put them in some. You can do, man, eggs 1,000 ways. Eggs are awesome, man. I ain't got no regimens. I just know shit. I tell you what to do. My regimen is going to be way different than the way I tell anybody else to do this shit, because people can't do it like I do it. It's just that easy. I have too much knowledge already. So the way that I go about doing things is I implement too many different things at once that it wouldn't work for you. You wouldn't know what was going on. It'd be like if I walk into the kitchen right now, I can cook in anyone's kitchen, but I couldn't explain to you how it's done. If I know 5 different styles of cooking, and I know what goes into if I know what goes into Chinese food, I know what goes into Spanish food, I know what goes, and I'm able to walk into a kitchen and cook with it. That's how I live my life. But to tell you what my regimen is, it would make absolutely no sense for you to even attempt it. But wisdom on just alchemizing something out of eggs, man. Just get funky with them spices, man. Cook with the colors. Always cook with colors. What up, Drew? Good to see you, man. You missed all my ranting and raving. It was fun. I was wilding out for a little bit. Steven, my body does not mind the cholesterol. Cholesterol is a fucking lie. It's not a lie. It's just, no, it doesn't. And, again, it depends on where you're from, what the rest of your eating habits are. There's so many things that go into this, but no, where I am and how I eat and what I consume, and I whatever cholesterol might be. That's like saying oil's no good. Then we got to have this conversation about like what kind of oil is it? Is it omega 3, 6, or 9? Is it a short chain, long chain, medium chain amino acid? Okay, what about the sugar? Is it big or small? Is it like how big is the atomic structure of the? And what about That's always the thing with all sorts of food. I say, look at it. It's a food. Is it growing? What's going on there? Is it growing on the tree? Eat it. That egg there, man. You eat eggs like that. Should taste good. I don't know. Can I bond with that animal? Is that animal made enough eggs where I can, take a couple? I don't know. Am I stealing from their life force? Man, I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that with people about eggs. I try to make it simple, And there's too much health and wisdom in. I was saying this to somebody yesterday. We live in the land of milk and honey. Milk and honey and eggs and butter and vinegar and beer. Like, that's where I live. I live in the land of milk and honey and vegetables and fruit and eggs and beer and yogurt, and that's where I live. You know? When I'm real healthy, it's just prana, some urine, some fruits. Like, yeah. Of course I help people and instruct people just to get to fruits, but you know, there's too much wisdom in all of these foods. And there's even wisdom in eating animal meat, but it's not worth it, is the point. There's too much extra associated with it that nobody wants. Nobody wants that business. That's what got us away from Eden, you know? If there was a proper, healthy land of complete abundance where, man, get online. Look at all these people playing with these animals in the wild. There's this one great video of this dude that got in the middle of a wild tribe of lions. It's amazing. He walked his way in there, and they felt no fear of him, and he felt no fear of them. And this even gets into farther ideas of like, hey, we're getting back to where we actually were and what we are, which we shouldn't be eating animals, but anyways. Eggs are basically the menstruation of another being. Yeah, and you know what? And semen is good for skin, and semen should be swallowed by women. And piss is basically my blood, and I'm drinking my piss. And milk. Are you gonna give me milk? Is the pus of a cow? Yeah, you know, milk is the pus of your mother too. You're not gonna. You're scared of the mother's milk? You're scared of another being? You're like, to me. And again, I don't know what you mean by this, because I'm just going off of this and I just do my humor on it. It's like, if you got a problem with another animal's bodily fluids, you got a problem with putting your own ejaculate in your mouth. You know, you probably got a problem with eating pussy. You probably got a problem with like people sucking on the tit of their own mother. You probably got a problem with all the tribes that are walking through deserts getting their nutrition from camels. Like, you know, this whole vegan disassociation from the actual real world is very, very disgusting and troubling, and it's actually part of the movement to turn us into binary computer algorithmic systems that can be controlled by the salts and idiocy of the people that control our diets and our deities, saying we're plasticized people. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm okay with the menstruation of an egg. I'm okay with the eggs of other animals. I'm definitely okay with that, and I'm okay with milk too, and I'm okay with humans drinking animal milk, and I'm okay with animals drinking human milk. Yeah, please. Oh, Kia, you gonna cook some curry? Please come through. Come through and cook the curry. The curry is the currency, you know? That's where we get our energy from. Art by Bat. I don't know what that watch equals thing is. Tell us about it. What is it? I ain't just gonna click on it. I ain't got time for that shit. Come to my channel saying watch something, you better tell me what it is first. That's only because I don't know you and I never seen you before. You come here, just first thing you post is watch this. Yeah, come in my house and tell me to watch something. You're confused. Tell me about it first. Let me get to know you. I'll tell you if I want to watch it. Yeah, Steven, awesome. Oh, okay, man. Yeah, I didn't know. Cool, cool. Awesome. I'm glad. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was the same bat. Well, fuck yeah, I'll watch it. It's all good. You just changed your name. I didn't know who you were. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm totally for that, and I encourage that. I encourage everyone to go check that out. At 144.44, it popped up too. It's all good. Here, I'm gonna change gears. Boom! Look at that. We'll get back to full color in a second. I'm gonna go pee into something, and then maybe drink it. We'll see. Pee after beer is nice because the beer really helps to clean you out the right way and break down a lot of things in your blood. And your piss is going to come out a lot cleaner. And it's going to taste better. And have a little hint of whatever was in the beer. So, I'll be back. Well, that wasn't working. Oh, I had too much. I had buttery ass popcorn last night. It didn't work too good. It tasted like buttered popcorn and coffee because I drank that coffee. So, maybe a little later. Man, it keeps. I think all y'all are doing this. I think y'all are making it rain in New Orleans. This is raining hard. Check this shit out. I'm gonna take you out a little. I'll show you my neighborhood. How's that? Y'all want to see? Most of you see my house. Let me. I told you I'm gonna take y'all real soon on a little trip around my house and my cupboards, and I'll show you all about alchemy, real deal alchemy. But here, I'll just show y'all if you ain't seen before. Some of my cool shit. This is where I do all my broadcasting from. Right? And then I got my my purple chair. Let's see here. Let's see. I'll go outside in a second. You all see my front porch. Maybe I'll smoke an L with y'all. Let's see here. Let's see. What else we got? And here's I'm sure y'all interested. Here's all my furniture. Check it out. Check it out. And here, you know what? I might even open this up. Nah, you all gonna have to wait on me opening this one up. But you can see I got my massage table here. But this, you all wait on this. We're gonna go outside for a second though. I think y'all wanted me not to go out so I could talk to y'all today. Check it out. Whoa. Oh, and here's my front porch, y'all. That's how I'll be living. Tranquility. Oh! That ain't right. Can y'all still hear me? Y'all still hear me? Oh, this is my hood. Yeah, you want to see my hood? Here you go. This is New Orleans, y'all. I do live in the hood, too. Check it out. Like, I'm living like, this right here is like, only like maybe a year removed from being like hood is like anything. Like I'm a block off the streetcar line. Yeah, one day whenever I can, I'll take you all on a walk. I told you I'm gonna put up a little place where you can post me some cash because I gotta pay for, like, if I'm gonna go out in public, I gotta pay for the internet connection, you know. But I'll take you on a journey around New Orleans. But yeah, this used to be hood right here. I mean, it still is. I mean, I got my bike stolen the other day. I was literally inside, and I put my bike right there, and I had it locked up, and somebody came and stole my pedals and my tires. I was inside for 3 hours. Crazy, right? What you say, Gary? Number 7? Nah, I'm in number 1. I'm in number 1. Yeah, not number 7. Technocracy. That's a good word. We're gonna turn this. We're gonna turn it into. We're gonna make it bubbly out here. It kind of takes away from the rain a little bit. Oh, but today I bet though. You see this right here? I don't know if you can tell. That's about the. It's about to flood everywhere here. It floods everywhere. Yeah, you were saying that the other day, Twitch. I'll check that out. I haven't got on there yet. Give me a second. I might have to go collect some herbal remedies. Y'all can just have a little bit of a stoop life with bubbles. I'll be right back. You guys are lucking out because normally it doesn't stay too it doesn't stay too strong on the porch, the connection, but I think because the window's open. Oh, what Alchem? Hey Alchem, is this the Alchem that I've been talking to for a long time? Because like Alchemist, like dreaded out black cat, is this you, Alchem? Because I know it shows up different on different. And yeah, I will take you up on that. Oh, what up, Alchem? What happened to your picture? What happened to your picture, man? Valdi, buddy, you want me to stop this rain right now? The amount of energy that would take and the cost benefit scenario, the opportunity cost is ridiculous. Like, besides, it needs to be raining here right now. I can adjust the weather a little bit if it's just cloudy, but like this would be ridiculous. It'd be pointless. But some real things, if we got like 12 people together and we sat around a fire, man oh man, 12 people that really knew what they were doing. Like rain dancings ain't no joke, you know. You could do lots more than just make it rain. Oh, Bap, you do aerokinesis? Who taught you your aerokinesis? What up, Reza? Who taught you aerokinesis? Did you get on Trevor 7 stuff? Or is it, or Shiba? What's his name? And Al, come in. Where'd you say where you live at? Weren't you supposed to come through here, man? Weren't you gonna come through? Don't you live in Florida? Weren't you gonna come through New Orleans? Yeah, if you like something, you're gonna get it. Yeah, what up, Drew? You live in Florida, that's right. Mikolas Bibabaj. Have I talked to Demetrius? Not lately, man. Well, too bad. Maybe next time, man. Maybe next time. Oh, man, you learn from family members? That's awesome. That's wicked. You failed finance, goddamn. Taekwondo. Chronologer, yeah, you can learn skills in lucid dreaming for sure. For sure. I mean, anything you want to live here, you can implement in your lucid dream. Why not? I mean, that's kind of the point of the whole thing. I mean, at first it's just for fun, but then you're gonna start to learn there. You put up Voldy Buddy's opportunity cost. You talking about like stopping it raining? Like how much energy I'd have to expend to make it stop raining right now, and like why would I make it stop raining? Like what am I gonna gain out of it? Like this, it needs to be a little wet here. And shit, maybe there's like 20 people that don't want to be at work today. Maybe there's 100 people that are like, damn, hopefully nobody comes into, you know, my restaurant. I'm hungover from last night, and they don't want anybody staying at the hotels to leave their room to come and screw their day up. So maybe they're helped out. It is kind of screwing my day up though. I want to go on the streetcar and go somewhere, but. What up, Daniel Benson? Voldy Buddies. Maybe form a secret society. Voldy Buddies, do you not know who I am yet? maybe one day. What secret society? What you talking about? Don't you know yet? I am the secret society. This is the underground invisible college. Who do you think you're talking to? This is well beyond. This ain't even secret. This is a secreting society. This is where you get the knowledge. Anybody can come through. We're secreting knowledge here. Anybody can come through. Just people choose not to. That's the thing that people don't understand about secret societies. That's the thing that people don't understand about all this shit. Is like, you can know it if you want to know it. It just ain't nobody want this kind of information. I walk down the street with $1 million. Ain't nobody want it out my hands. I walk down the street, I can tell anybody all about this shit. How many people you think want to know what I gotta say? None of them. Not a damn one of them. But, I mean, I go into certain places. I make my way into little coves and find people that are curious. Yeah, Alchem, this is the society. What? Get it right. This is it right here. You know, it's like when people come out there like, oh, you can't say that. They're going to kill you. They're going to da-da-da. I'm like, man, that's not how it works, dude. You know how quickly, like, if secret societies were what people say they are, it's always funny because it's people that aren't in secret societies that always have the most to say about them. Like, how the fuck do you know, for one? And, like, if someone like Manly P. Hall is out there literally just blessing people, like, for his entire life with the highest levels of knowledge, and no one killed him, like, he let every Freemasonry secret out in public years and years ago, and you got cats like Walter Russell, just because you don't know him because the level of knowledge is too high. Man, people got it confused. Nobody cares. People would be happy if you talked about this. People would be happy in secret societies if you let people know. It's just like nobody cares, though. Nobody gives two shits. They're more concerned with what's on the nightly news. They're not more concerned with what the sports ball players are doing. They're more concerned with, like, you know, where they're getting their next cheeseburger. Like, that's real. Mr. Oblivion 87. Triple numbers, man. I'll do a thing where I'll take you on a walk soon. But there's this guy's channel on YouTube where he does synchronicity walks out in London somewhere. They're really interesting. But triple numbers. If I walk down the street, there's a 100% chance I'll see a license plate with 777, 888, 999, ZZZ, whatever. 100% chance. And there's a very good chance that I'll see many, many, many of those during the day. And the chances of it are pretty slim, but I'll see, I don't know, 3, 4 of them. Depends on the day. Maybe a dozen. It's crazy. One day on my birthday, and I have 2 people that can attest to this because they were there with me. We walked about 2 miles from where I live to the French Quarter. And in those 2 miles, in order from 000 to 888, we saw license plates in order. Not 000, then 333. I'm saying 000, and then we're just laughing about it, and all of a sudden, like, hey, look over there, 111, then 222. We got up to 888, and that's when we got into the quarter, and we was like, man, this shit's too crazy. And we just started, like, you know, drinking absinthe or whatever, and just having a fun all time. But yeah, crazy, right? Yeah, as soon as you form a group, I guess. I mean, but what's infiltration? You know, somebody stupid infiltrates a smart group. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna get done educated. So that's how that works. Yeah, okay. Think of it this way. You work out at a gym. You're the fucking Rock, and you're working out with the Rock. He's working out with Dwayne Johnson. See that joke there? And and he's working out with you know, Hulk Hogan, blah blah blah. It's all these big dudes, and a small dude infiltrates. That. What? He's gonna make them small? No. He's gonna become big, or he's gonna die trying. You know. You don't infiltrate intelligence. Stupid people can't infiltrate smart people's shit. Smart people can infiltrate stupid people's shit. That's wisdom. And as far as groups go, I don't know. Like, I mean, I get what you're saying. I ain't down with groups either, but any way we look at it, you know, families, cultures, individuals, societies, it's all grouping mechanisms. It happens regardless. Flo Bartholomew 666. Same as the meaning of 888 is the same as the meaning as 111. The same as the meaning is ABC. The same as the meaning as seeing a cockroach eat a fly. I don't know. Like, ain't the whole thing? Who the fuck cares? What does it take to become an Archon? Probably have to learn how to get out of body. You'd have to have a lot of energy running through your body. You'd have to be able to move in between dimensions. Oh, Joey Scott, find yourself Manly P. Hall's talk that he does live. There's one of him actually sitting in front of the camera doing it. It's pretty amazing. I used to think that he was reading off of something. He's not. That dude can go off for 2 hours straight like he's reading out of a book, and he's not doing it. There's There's 2 people that can do that, him and Buckminster Fuller. And then you got Alan Watts, and then you got Terrence McKenna. So those 4 people right there. And then Robert Anton Wilson's up there, but you take Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, Manly P. Hall, and Bucky Fuller. Boom. Alchem, you got crazy stories? Yeah, 666 is scary. Just the same way as you know, anything can get its attachment and label things. I mean, certain things have power, certainly, but how to overcome adversity? I don't know anything about that. There ain't nothing to overcome. That's there you go. Here's the video on how to overcome adversity. Perceive that there is no adversity. Remember, Neo, there is no spoon. And that's how, I mean, bind yourself with things that you think are your adversaries. Things that would be opposed to you. Bind yourself with it. Who cares? Oh. I'll be back. I'm going to go get myself a beverage. Enjoy the bubbles in the clouds. Hey, if this thing dies right now, I might check you guys in a little while, but let me see. I gotta check something to my phone. Oh, we're still here. Nice. Yeah, Dan, you do that yourself, man. You know, If you like the stuff, have at it. I don't F with it though. Thanks, Lion Strong. I know, you look at this. You know what this is? This is some dark chocolate with coffee beans in it. And then on top is a chocolate ganache I made out of ghee and organic chocolate, a little sugar, a little bit of, god damn, it's good. Joey Scott, you said Most Def. What you know about Most Def? Yeah, good. Yeah, I've seen Talib Kweli twice in Baltimore. Talib Kweli is pretty amazing. Very good show live. It's funny, everybody that I've ever seen live shows, I just thought about this, everyone I've seen twice. Lupe Fiasco, Mos Def, Lake Street Dive. I've seen Tribe Called Quest only once, but that was years and years and years ago. Very funny. Singing to all these artists that I've seen, and always twice. Comedians even. Seen Brian Regan. His first show was amazing, his second show sucked. Oh, Love could tell if you like some Mos Def. Okay. Talib Kweli is like super good looking in person. Yeah, I seen Tribe in like '97. Yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide was amazing. Alyssa Marie. That sounds really familiar. Does she screw with wax and herbal tea and Dumbfounded? You know Dumbfounded? That's funny that Alyssa Marie. I think that at the end of one of Wax's songs, he says, "Shout out to Alyssa Marie." I think that's what he says. I thought he was just shouting out some chick he used to bang. I don't know. And if you don't know who Wax is maybe one of the greatest rappers ever to bless the mic, for real. I mean, he's not cannabis or nothing. He's not like spitting high levels of knowledge, but he's awesome. chronologo. I don't think so, man. I don't know anything about that. A lot of people say they know about past lives and shit. I don't know, man. The way that I've always explained it is basically everything on this plane of existence is a deformation of the primordial perfected seed. And it could literally be just, you know, sins of the father, as they say. Your parents eating shitty food produced you. You chose, maybe you were excellent in your past life, and you chose, and in this life you're not very pretty by society standards. I'm not saying you, I don't know you. I'm just saying, and you chose to take a body like this. You know, I don't think karma works the way that anybody says it. It's ridiculous. I think if there is anything that maybe you're sitting there as a soul and say, okay, I'll take that life on this time. I'll take that kind of, you know, and this is just a guess. I can't, you know, a lot of people claim to know these things factually, but then I go, well, he's saying this is factually, and she's saying this is factually, and they actually beat heads, and they're meeting at this place where I go, well, you both can't be right, so someone's lying here. And so whenever I say something, usually it's like, well, it seems to be so. It might be. Then I assume that's who he's talking about then. Daniel Benson always come with some crazy ass questions. None of them. I don't know what you're talking. You mean take out for dinner? Like, would I take out your mother or your father for dinner? I would take your father out, and I would wine him and dine him. How about, would you add an appendage? Would you add a leg, or would you add an arm? What would give you more trouble in society? Adding a leg or adding an arm? I think an extra arm would be pretty sweet. You know? An extra foot I think would just get in the way. An extra leg, a foot would get in the way, but an extra arm though? You know, I mean, that's like extra titty to grab or something. Like, a chick would really have to think about it. Like, man, he could grab both of my boobs and stick a finger in all of my orifices. Like, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, I'm just, you know, what do I know? I'm just saying, if I could have an extra arm, I think I would. Is Chrono taller than Kevin Hart? Everyone's taller than Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a very small thing. Uh, 5'2"? Is that taller than Kevin Hart? Chem, come on, coming through with the extra leg humor. Bang, bang. Yeah. You got like a baby's arm with an apple. Hi, Oblivion. Well, Chrono, that's, you know, some chicks are into midget things, so that's cool, man. You gotta. And being a midget, you know, the rest of your parts probably look bigger, right? Kind of like having small hands makes your... Hi, puppy. What's up, puppy head? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Just trying to say hi. What are you doing up there? Okay, well... Yeah, you can smell the chocolate all over my face, huh? Hi. Yeah? Okay, well, you know, I'll come back and get her later. I had to talk to the little puppy time there. Oh my God, Jumanji 2 looks amazing. Jumanji 2? When I was watching, what was the name of the Kingsman 2? Every movie that was coming out was looking amazing. Especially Jumanji 2. We going inside though. Because I gotta plug this phone in. Oh, there we go. I like that. That's fun. We'll do that for a little bit. Little 8mm old school jump. Oh shit. Daniel, I have not. Is that what you're asking about? It's a Damel symbol for Om. Yeah, Prince had chicks going crazy for him because, well, I don't know. He looked like a chick. Super beautiful, and I don't know if you noticed about his music though, like he could play every instrument. I don't know if you got that going for you. I mean, I'm not downplaying you, man. I'm just saying, like, Prince had a couple things that, well, I'm not saying, you know, he might have had a couple more skills. He might have had a pretty big skill set. Man, this little tripod here ain't working. Upgrading my film equipment soon. I'm about to do it all. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get for now. Oh. Yeah, confidence goes a long way until somebody got a long chicks be fronting on that shit. Confidence is nice and humor is nice and good looks are nice, but like, you know, getting your face, you know, slammed up against the bathroom wall and choked out, you know, in a Burger King bathroom now, like that's what chicks want. Let's be honest though. Yeah, Gary, they don't. What else we got here? What did I miss here? Chinese people, Prince chicks, Kevin Hart, yeah. Yeah, really. Yeah, you're right, love. That is, yeah. We'll get you the first one. Ain't no way of keeping a chick. That's for damn sure. Wifing up a chick don't help. Planting a baby in her don't help. Ain't nothing help. Not in this society. Unless she already knows right ahead of the whole game what she is. It ain't work. It's not gonna work. All right, y'all. My phone is almost dead. I gotta charge this up because I got a couple of things to do. So maybe I'll get on here later from a coffee shop or something, or maybe I'll check y'all a little later. But hopefully this was entertaining and informative, and you've found some ease of your troubling lives by listening to me talk other stupid shit. And yeah, do cool things, inspire the world. If you can't do that, at least have a good bowel movement. How's that? That's the least we can do today, or that's the most you can do today. I don't know. And as always, feel free to put a thumbs up next to my video so other people will know how cool I am. Bye guys. Talk to you soon.